First, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our Father Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. All praises due. Double honors to our King and Shepherd KD of the Royal House of David, the Water King, for edifying our family, the Royal House of David, with the truth and knowledge of who we are as Hebrew Israelites. The Water King, love you. Shalom Akwas. My name is Mahir Malachi, and welcome to the Akwas channel, Daughters with Daggers, where we continuously seek edification from the truth of the scriptures. Sisters, this captivity has been and still is a battle, and we're fighting this world, and fighting this world has been a struggle, okay? I know it has been for me. The peace that I have is the peace that I'm free, spiritually, and woke up to the truth and knowledge of who I am. I have freedom in that. And peace of mind in knowing who I am, knowing I'm chosen and elect. And I pray that you as well have that same spirit, belief, trust, and faith, okay? However, this enemy is sitting there. He's seeking to devour us. He's seeking to defeat us. He's seeking to discourage us, bring about worry to us, stress to us, and fear by pushing us off our squares, by throwing us a monkey wrench, okay? He's doing its job. That's its job. He wouldn't be over there fighting with the 2/3 and heathens. Why? He already have them. His job is to stop us and prevent us from getting to that finish line, and we cannot allow that to happen. And the only way that we can allow that not to happen is to believe and trust and have faith in our Father and give it to Him. He is the spiritual killer, the Satan killer, the enemy killer, okay? This battle we're fighting is not carnal. So when we go to etymology line, carnal means to be human. It means physical. It means mortal, okay? This is not a physical battle that we can fight with our hands. You know, I have my bag, I've hit my punching bag to relieve my stress, and to also, for physical reasons. I love boxing. And so this battle that is something physical that I can hit. I can touch that. The enemy, we can't touch it. It's a spirit, okay? The only way that it could be defeated is through our power. And that's something that we have to make sure we lean on, trust, and have faith and believe in. And He got us. He will be there to fight our battles. He said, vengeance is mine. And he means that. His word never comes back void. He is a man that cannot lie. All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. So let's get into this word and His word as we learn how to handle this spiritual battle. So we're going to go to James chapter 4. James chapter 4, and we're going to read verse 1 through 10. Okay. James 4, 1 through 10. And it reads, from whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members? Salak. I'm going to read the New Living Translations for this one, okay? Let's go to verse 1. What is causing the quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from evil desires at war within you? Verse 2. You want what you don't have, so you scheme and kill to get it. You are jealous of what others have, but you can't get it, so you fight and wage war to take it away from them. Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask for power. You don't ask power for it. And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure. You adulterers, don't you realize that friendship with the world makes you an enemy of power? I say it again. If you want to be a friend of the world, you make yourself an enemy of power. What do you think the scriptures mean when they say that the spirit power has placed within us is filled with envy? But He gives us even more grace to stand against such evil desires. As the scriptures say, power opposes the proud, but favors the humble. Verse 7, so humble yourselves before power. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Verse 8, come close to power, and power will come close to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, purify your hearts, for your loyalty is divided between power and the world. Okay, it's like you're playing double dutch. Okay, power or the world. Power or the world. I choose power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Verse 9. Let there be tears for what you have done. Let there be sorrow and deep grief. Let there be sadness instead of laughter and gloom instead of joy. Verse 10, humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up in honor. All praises. Okay, so James is sharing in this chapter that the road that is being traveled during this time was one that was worldly. It was not a power, and it was not spiritual. This led to fighting and even killing during this time. Instead of trusting the Most High, they continue to fight to get what they want. We still see that today. Remember, nothing's new under the sun. In verse 4, we see that James calls adultery, which means that we are cheating on power with worldly things while claiming to be a Hebrew Israelite. We can't love the world, worldly things, and love the world and love power. We can't serve two masters, okay? We have to pick and choose. We can't do both. As I mentioned in a video, for me and my house, we worship and believe and trust and have faith in Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. Our shepherd and king is KD of the royal house of David. All praises. Okay? So if we become a friend of this world, then we make ourselves an enemy of power. Okay? However, James goes on to share that the Most High will refuse you. Be that he will not reject you, but he will not reject you, but he will refuse you, which is why we are here. Okay, that's why we're in this captivity. He gave us his grace and mercy when we repented, when we woke up to the truth and knowledge of who we are, because we were disobedient back in the day. That's why we're in this captivity. This is our chastisement time, right? This is us getting our whooping, okay? And this whooping, man, okay? But we repented and he gave us grace and mercy. All praises to Yahweh Shai for that. James is telling us to turn around, submit to power, resist the devil, move closer to power. He will move closer to us. That is his amazing grace, okay? We cleanse ourselves of being sinful, okay, when we get close to our power. All praises. We humble ourselves by stopping the worldly wants and trusting the Most High to raise us up. From anything we could have done for ourselves, okay? So if we quit the path of the world and resist the devil, he will run away from us. The devil will flee from us. That's something good to know, right? Resistance. So let's talk about resistance. So resistance requires for us to actively pull away. We need to resist it, and we need to move away from it. It demands that each day, moment, second, hours, and minutes, we fight his lies by telling ourselves that the truth about our Father's love. Our Father loves us, sisters. Okay? He loved us so much that he sacrificed our big brother, his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, for our sins, so that we would not perish and have everlasting life. Okay, so his love, his goodness is that he sustained us. He woke us up to the truth and knowledge of who we are. He's preparing a place for us to dwell for eternity together. Goodness, mercy. He could have killed us off when he wanted to. We didn't have to make it to this point. During the times back in the days, the stuff that we were doing, some of us were doing some stuff, some of us doing some things. We were in this world. We could have died. But he didn't. He woke us up to the truth of who we are. He gave us mercy. He gave us grace. And we have power in Yahweh because of Yahweh Shai. All praises. So let's go to 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. And it reads, Ye are of power, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in this world. So John is encouraging us, Israel, to know who we are and who we come from, which is our Father, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. He lets us know that we are already victorious and overcome this world, and he and the enemies that lie in it, we've already been victorious over that. He lets us know about power that our Father has because we believe in him, we trust in him, we have faith in him, and in him we are greater than the power of this world. This world has none. All our power is through Yahweh Yahweh Shai. So we should have no fear of the enemy or its traps and devices. Okay? We should have no fear. We should know and have faith that knowing that our power got us. We should have faith in knowing that we're going to eat. We're going to have a roof over our heads. We're going to have clothes. We're going to have the means that we need to sustain us in this captivity because he's provided it for us, right? We know that. We overcome the darkness by walking into his marvelous light. Okay? So let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2, and we're going to read verse 9 through 17. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9 through 17. And it reads, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." Verse 10, "Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of power, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify power in the day of visitation." Verse 13, "Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme." Verse 14, "Or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers, and for the praise of them that do well." Verse 15, "For so is the will of power, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men." Verse 16, "As free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of power." And verse 17, "Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear power, honor the king." Okay, so verse 17, read it, "Respect everyone," in New Living Translation, "and love your Hebrew brother and sister. Fear power and respect the king. All praises to Yahweh Yahweh Shai." Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, and we're going to read 3 through 5. 2 Corinthians, it's a lot. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, 3 through 5, and it reads, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty, through power to the pulling down of strongholds." Verse 5, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of power, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach." So we're going to read the New Living Translation. Let's go back to 3 through 5. "We're human, but we don't wage war as humans do. We use power's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons, to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning and to destroy false arguments. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing power. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey Hamashiach." So we constantly have a battle with our minds. Our minds are always, it gravitates towards negativity. Okay, no matter how much we try to be positive, that negative thought, it takes away from you trying to be positive, because that's what our minds naturally do. The enemy attacks our minds, and he knows that. He attacks us through our feelings, our beliefs, our opinions, that lift the enemy up against the knowledge of the Most High. Okay, so the enemy, just want to stress it again, the enemy attacks our minds. He attacks them through our spirits, our feelings, our beliefs, and our opinions. Um, that lifts the enemy and lifts it up against the knowledge of the Most High. He places thoughts in our minds to try to affect our change, try to affect us or change our way we think and our behaviors and how we trust and believe in our faith, to try to make us doubt that we're believing in the right person, which we are. Yahweh Shai is the King of all kings. He's our Father. That's who he is. However, the enemy try to make us believe otherwise. And that's something that we cannot fall into that trap. So Paul identifies in reading this passage. Paul tells us that things challenges our minds, right? He says, number one, strongholds. Stronghold is a mindset or attitude that is extremely difficult for us to break free from. We've been beat down that, we're not beautiful. Our full lips is big lips. Our booties, our skin color, we come in different shades, we come in different sizes, we come with different hair textures. But our mindset and attitude is extremely difficult for us to break from because we've been beat down with it. So people are out there trying to do, they're getting BBLs, they're doing stuff to their faces, they're getting fillers. They're doing all these different things to transition, to transform, because that stronghold is on them to make them think that they're not beautiful. One of the persons I'd say, look at Lil' Kim. She was, a beautiful lady back then. Now you don't even know who she is. She done changed herself so much that you can't even recognize who she is. And she doesn't look the same by no means. But that's the mindset and attitude that's been embedded in her. And it's hard for her to break free from. Arguments, reasoning or thought. We can have an argument about something and yet the person's not understanding. You're being stuck in that same situation. And sometimes it's not even what it is. Our thoughts and reasoning can be off. You see the Pharisees, you see the fights that, KD goes back and forth with some people at some times. And you see the word that he lines it in is the truth. It's right there before your eyes. However, their reasoning and thought, because their mind's been turned to reprobated mind, that they can't understand or comprehend. Number 3, every lofty thing or anything that sets itself against the knowledge of the Most High. Okay, so anything or any lofty thing that sets itself against the knowledge of the Most High. Okay, these are things that challenges our minds. Should I pick up this cigarette and smoke it? Or should I go to my word? I'm stressed. Should I pick up this drink and keep drinking until I'm numb? Or should I go to my word and fill my mind with my words, fill my mind up with my Father? So anything that try to, separate us from the knowledge, because he said he's there. He's always going to be there. He's our comforter. He's our peace. Everything that we need, any instruction, any word is in his word. We got that there, right? So let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 through 9. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 through 9. And it reads, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." Now I'm going to go to New Living Translation for that. Verse 8, 1 Peter 5 and 8. Stay alert. Be on the lookout. Acknowledge. Watch. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He's there. Okay, he's listening. Just like when we do these videos, when we read it, when we work, when we're studying, when he hears and sees everything. Okay, so his job, is to destroy and devour us. So stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Verse 9, stand firm against him and be strong in your faith in Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Remember that your Hebrew brothers and sisters all over the world are going through the same kind of suffering you are. So you're not by yourself. You know, I got my challenges. I deal with things. KD has his challenges. He deal with things. We all do. No one is without it. Okay? We're all faced with the same thing. We're all faced with this enemy that's trying to interrupt and keep us from getting to that finish line, right? So remember that. You're not by yourself. Okay, we all have our challenges. We all are in this fight together. We all in this captivity. You know, just because somebody may not look like it doesn't mean that they're not going through anything. They just know how to. They just know who they believe in. They trust in power. They know He got it, and they know where we're ending, where our ending is going to be, and that's what give us peace, and that's what give us joy. That's why we can walk with our heads held up high every day, because we know the time is going to be coming soon that we're going to be up out of here. All praises to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. So Peter is asking for us to be sober-minded, be alert, be woke. We must make sure that we are paying attention to the signs and going on in this world around us. That is why we share the current events. You see that we talk about the current events. That's why they're trying to get rid of TikTok right now, because TikTok is giving everybody the game, okay? Movies. If you watch some of these movies, we saw, what is that? Leave the World Behind. I believe that's what it is. If you're watching these movies, they have nuggets in it. If you really watch it with your spiritual eyes, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff that you see that they hidden in there that you being woke, you can acknowledge it and see it. And most importantly, the word of power, okay? We have our fathers. We have the lost books, stuff that people don't even read. We got the Apocrypha. Okay. We have our blue letter Bible. Okay. Some of us have the original King James Bible. Okay. We have things that they try to hide from us that we've been woke up to and been able to find and read and edify on. Okay. And be knowledgeable in. All praises. So the enemy wants to devour and drown us. However, he will not win. Our place has already been secured with our Father Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Now here's the thing, our place is secure, but it's up to us to keep our place. Okay, we're not there yet. Okay, and we got to keep that in mind. That's why renewing our mind daily, making sure we're being straight, making sure we're being honest, making sure we're being, our character is not questioned. Making sure we're being real 100%, loving our sisters and our brothers, and everything, uplifting our men of the Lord, taking care of our responsibilities, making sure we're doing all those things. However, it's only for those that believe in Him, okay? It's not for those that don't. It's only those that believe wholeheartedly with every fiber of their being, every soul in there, for their soul. Believe in Yahweh, Ba'Shem HaMashiach, Yahweh Shai, okay? The enemy cannot take that from us. He can't take it from us. He does seek to destroy our faith. He can, if you allow him to. He can do that. He wants us to live in fear. He wants us to shake our submission to the Most High, and he wants us to not trust him, and he wants us not to know and understand the goodness that our Father has, the love that our Father has for us. That's why when we look at this captivity and we're dealing with things, think about it. When you're dealing with something so tough, maybe you might have lost a job. Some of us have lost jobs, and it's like, why would power do that to me? I read my word. I do this. I study. I believe in him. Why would he do this to me? We start to question, and our faith starts to waver. It's like Peter. When Peter was on the boat, and Yahweh Shai reached his hand out to Peter and was like, come on. And Peter was like, he turned his face from him, right? and his faith wavered a little bit because he started to sink. But once he realized in his faith and who Yahweh Shai was, he took that hand and he started walking on that water. Okay, the same here in this situation. You know, that's the door that he had closed for you. He has something else for you, something else planned. He's not going to let you allow you to be without. He's going to make sure you have the food. He's going to make sure you're clothed. He's going to make sure it's a test of faith. Do you believe? He's like, do you believe in me? Do you believe I got you? Do you believe that I got you this far? You don't think I'm going to carry you the rest of the way? And sometimes we got to look into that, right? So one thing for sure, he can't touch our souls because we believe in Yahweh Yahweh Shai. However, the enemy looks to, leave us weak and ineffective to serve the Most High. Okay, so let's go to Isaiah 54 and 17. Isaiah 54 and 17. Isaiah 54 and 17. That's one of my favorites. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Okay, the enemy will not be successful against us. He will not. This is only the children of the Most High, those that believe and have faith in Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Their weapons will not prosper. Its weapons will not prosper. No matter what they try, it will not work. That is the promise to Isaiah, and that's the promise to us as Hebrew Israelites. Now, he didn't say it wouldn't be formed, because it will form, but he meant that it will not win. It will not prosper. It will not destroy you. Okay? So not anybody or anything that seeks to do evil against us will prosper. They will not. They will fail. Okay? Went through this something like that similar with my job. They tried it. And guess what? My father said no. And so they failed at that attempt. And to, change, rob me, my character is everything. Remember, our character is everything. And they tried it, but it didn't prosper. But doesn't mean that they can't form one. But our father said it will not take over and will not win. So let's go to Ephesians chapter 6, and we're going to read 11 through 17. Ephesians chapter 6. 11 through 17. Put on the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wickedness. In verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of power. All praises. It's going back to the workplace. Okay. That's why when I mentioned to you guys about our character, okay, our character, our faith, our trust, and belief, okay, that's what separates us from everybody else. Because of my character, how I carried myself, because of my belief and my faith and trust and power, because I know who I am in power. That's why whatever was trying to be set up did not prosper. And the same thing will happen for you is your character. Can't nobody talk ill down about you if you're not doing those things. If you are being an upstanding citizen, meaning that you're going to work, you do your job, you stay out of stuff, you focus on the task, get your money, and go home. When you follow what you're supposed to follow and you have documentation is everything, sisters. Making sure you document everything. And you have that to show proof that of who you are and what you've accomplished and what you've done. Can't nobody go against that. Can't nobody fight that. Okay? And that's what happened. And because of that, I was able to be successful in that journey. And you will as well, any journey that you face. Remember your character, right? So let's get back. So princesses, we must put on the full armor of the Most High so we can stand against the devious plan of the enemy, which is Satan himself. Okay? We got to gird up. We got to strap up. We got to put it on. That's the word. You know, we used to do prayer every morning, and I hope you guys are continuing to pray with yourselves as individuals, because it's important for you to have that individual conversation with your Father. Starting my day off with that, girding myself up with His word. So think about it. Think about the soldiers that go to war. If they don't have their gear on, the right type of gear on when they go into this war, if they don't have their weapons, they don't have their vests, they don't have all their headgear and all that stuff, what you think would happen? They're going to be destroyed. They're going to die. They will be killed in an instant once that bullet hits because they have nothing to protect them. Same thing with us. Our protection is our word. You know, our protection is that word hitting in our heart. That's what keep us safe and sound. We can always look into our Father word for anything. Oh, I need help with my patience. Well, we already know captivity should have taught us patience. Tribulation work with patience. If you're not patient right now, something's wrong, right? So as Hebrew Israelites, we will not be successful in a spiritual battle unless we have on Power's full armor and not just single pieces. We can't have a piece here and a piece there. We got to have the full armor. He said full. Okay, that full armor is your belt of truth, your breastplate of righteousness, your shoes of peace, your shield of faith, your helmet of salvation, and your sword of the Spirit. Okay, everything. You can't have on one piece and not the other. So in this passage, Paul is calling our enemies work schemes. This tells us that it is a planned attack against his children because we believe in him. So we are purposefully being attacked by the enemy because he know we believes in Yahweh Shai. I know it sucks. I know it's a pain, and I know it's irritating, and I know it can be stressful. However, know that the only reason he's doing it is because he knows who you are. The only reason he's doing it because he's trying to stop you and prevent you from crossing that finish line. Like I said, he's not going to go over there to the 2/3 and the heathens. He's going to come over here because his work is done over there. So he needs to come over here. That means that we are someone. That means you are someone. That means that we are the chosen ones. We are the elect. He's only going to do that for the chosen and elect ones. He already got the other people. He got their mind. They reprobate. They can't read. They don't understand what's going on. They want to fight. They want to talk. They want to do all kind of stuff. He already got them. So what's the purpose? He has to come over here. Okay. So we just got to acknowledge it and be ready and girded up for that spiritual battle. So this is going to be a 2-parter. I'm going to end it right here, and then I'm going to come back with a nut to finish it off. Sisters, I'll see you in a second. I love you. Shalom. Peace and blessings.